For years, it was one of the Trump administration's most explosive accusations that Venezuelan strongman Nicolás Maduro wasn't just corrupt, but the leader of a powerful drug cartel known as the Cartel de los Soles. Now, that claim is quietly falling apart. In a stunning reversal, the U.S. Justice Department has backed away from portraying the Cartel de los Soles as a real, organized criminal group, undercutting a narrative that helped justify Washington's campaign to remove Maduro from power. The accusation dates back to 2020, when a grand jury indictment drafted by the Justice Department described Maduro as the head of a vast narcotics cartel, flooding the United States with cocaine. That language was later copied wholesale by the Treasury Department, which in July 2025 designated the Cartel de los Soles a terrorist organization. In November, Secretary of State Marco Rubio ordered the State Department to follow suit. But experts have long warned the cartel never truly existed. They say Cartel de los Soles is not an organization at all, but a slang term coined by Venezuelan media in the 1990s, describing officials corrupted by drug money. Not a hierarchy, not a command structure, a culture. And now the Justice Department appears to agree. After Maduro was captured, prosecutors released a rewritten indictment. Gone is the claim that the Cartel de los Soles is a formal cartel. Gone is the depiction of Maduro as its leader. Instead, the new filing describes something far murkier, a patronage system fueled by drug profits, where corruption flows downward from those at the top through military, intelligence, and civilian ranks. The term Cartel de los Soles now appears just twice, not as a cartel, but as shorthand for a corrupt system protected by power. Legal experts say the shift matters, because terrorist designations don't have to be proven in court. Criminal indictments do. And according to analysts, prosecutors knew they could never prove the cartel claim before a judge. Yet publicly, the rhetoric hasn't changed. Just days after the revised indictment was unsealed, Marco Rubio again referred to the Cartel de los Soles as an actual cartel, insisting its leader was now in U.S. custody. The disconnect is glaring. Neither the DEA's National Drug Threat Assessment nor the UN's World Drug Report has ever listed the Cartel de los Soles as a real trafficking organization. Critics say the administration blurred intelligence, politics, and law, using dramatic labels to strengthen its case against Maduro. And while experts praise the correction, concerns remain. The revised indictment now ties Maduro to the violent Venezuelan prison gang Tren de Aragua, despite U.S. intelligence assessments suggesting the gang does not answer to him. To some analysts, it feels familiar. Big claims, thin evidence, heavy rhetoric. What's left now is a quieter truth, one far less cinematic than a cartel kingpin, but perhaps more dangerous, a system of corruption, and a reminder that in geopolitics, narratives can move faster than facts until the courtroom forces reality back into focus.
One question lingers like a shadow over the shocking seizure of Venezuela's president. If U.S. forces truly penetrated sovereign airspace, why did nothing happen? No radar warnings, no scrambling jets, no resistance of any kind. Now, a chilling theory is circulating online, suggesting the operation was completed without a single shot fired. Unconfirmed and deeply unsettling, it hints not at a battle lost, but at doors quietly opened and a silence that may have been planned. In the hours after Nicolás Maduro was taken into U.S. custody, one detail stood out. There were no images of air defenses firing, no reports of Venezuelan forces engaging American aircraft. For a country long warning of invasion, the silence was striking. Now, a controversial theory is spreading across alternative media platforms. First published by Russia's Sputnik, it raises a provocative possibility that Maduro was not seized in a battlefield raid, but in a carefully staged deception. According to Igor Lidaskoy of the Hugo Chavez Latin American Cultural Center, the operation may have unfolded under the cover of diplomacy. The claim? A U.S. delegation arrived at Maduro's residence purportedly to discuss a peace deal. The theory alleges armed guards accompanied the delegation. Once inside, they allegedly turned their weapons on Maduro's security detail. Maduro was then captured without airstrikes, without resistance. No independent evidence supports this account. Supporters of the theory argue it explains key gaps: why Venezuelan air defenses never fired, why no military clash was reported, and how U.S. forces exited so quickly. What is confirmed, Maduro is now in U.S. custody. What is not confirmed, how exactly he was seized. No official timeline has been released by Washington or Caracas. Both sides remain tight-lipped. For now, the Trojan horse theory remains just that, a theory, unproven, unconfirmed, but widely discussed. Until clear evidence emerges, the truth behind Maduro's capture remains one of the biggest unanswered questions of this crisis.